Two identical twins refused to speak to anyone but each other. They created their own secret language, lived in isolation, and believed one of them had to die for the other to be free. Then, without warning, one of them dropped dead, with no clear cause. This is the chilling true story of June and Jennifer Gibbons, the silent twins. Born on April 11, 1963 in Barbados, June and Jennifer Gibbons moved to the United Kingdom with their family at a young age. They settled in Haverford, West Wales, a town where they were among the only black children in the area. Almost immediately, the twins became inseparable, but more than that, they became eerily synchronized. They walked in perfect unison, spoke in a rapid, high-pitched language only they could understand, and as they grew older, they stopped speaking to everyone else altogether, including their own parents. Teachers noticed the girls were highly intelligent, but completely unresponsive. June would try to speak at times, only to be overshadowed by Jennifer's intense gaze. Psychologists began to suspect that one twin had psychological dominance over the other. Still, testing found no cognitive disabilities, just silence. And something much stranger, a private language so fast and complex that linguists couldn't decode it. They later realized it was a sped-up version of English, modified with made-up words and inflections, spoken only between the two. As they grew older, their behavior became increasingly strange. They mirrored each other constantly, even chewing food at the same time. They refused to eat if the other didn't. If one laughed, the other laughed. If one stopped walking, the other froze. At home, they locked themselves in their shared bedroom for hours, recording long voice memos and writing in their diaries. Each twin wrote thousands of pages, short stories, poems, dark fantasies. Themes of death, possession, and betrayal were common. One disturbing story involved a physician who inserted a piece of ice into a patient's body, killing him slowly from the inside out. By their teenage years, the twins turned to petty crime. They shoplifted, vandalized property, and in 1981, they set fire to a tractor store and later, a school. When they were caught, they didn't resist or speak. Not to the police, not in court. Despite being only 18, they were sentenced to Broadmoor Hospital, Britain's most infamous high-security psychiatric facility. They would spend 11 years there, heavily medicated, constantly monitored, and more isolated than ever. While in Broadmoor, nurses and staff became increasingly unsettled by the girls. Some claimed that Jennifer was the leader, and June the follower. Others saw the opposite. The twins would sometimes lash out violently, but only at each other. Then, moments later, they'd return to silence. One nurse described them as being locked in a loving, hateful relationship. They often believed that one couldn't survive if the other did. Their diaries became more intense. In one entry, June wrote, "We have become fatal enemies in each other's eyes. We feel the strangling, torturous love. We destroy each other. If one of us dies, we have to do everything in our power to make sure the other one dies too." Jennifer in turn wrote, "I am in control. June is not strong. I can make her do what I want, but I'm afraid of her. She could kill me." Their bond wasn't just codependent. It was toxic, obsessive, possibly even deadly. Years into their stay at Broadmoor, a journalist named Marjorie Wallace began visiting them regularly. Over time, she earned their trust. What she uncovered was disturbing. The twins had made a pact. One of them had to die so the other could live a normal life. Marjorie didn't believe them at first, but then, just as they were being considered for release in 1993, Jennifer started acting strange. She slurred her speech. Her eyes seemed distant. On the day of the transfer to a new hospital, Jennifer whispered to Marjorie, "I'm going to die." Hours later, Jennifer was found unresponsive. She had died from acute myocarditis, a sudden inflammation of the heart. No poison was found, no drugs, no trauma, no prior health conditions, just death. She was 29. Doctors were baffled. The cause was listed as natural but unexplained. The strangest part, after Jennifer's death, June changed overnight. She spoke, clearly. She gave interviews. She expressed grief, yes, but also a strange relief. She told Marjorie, "I'm free. I'm finally free." June was released a year later. She moved to West Wales and has lived quietly ever since. She still refuses to fully explain what happened, why Jennifer died, whether it was part of their pact, or if, somehow, Jennifer had willed herself to die. Was Jennifer's death psychological, medical, supernatural? Were the silent twins victims of shared psychosis, a rare psychic bond, or was one truly manipulating the other to the point of death? To this day, no one knows for sure. Their story remains one of the most disturbing, mysterious psychological cases ever recorded. If you found this case haunting, subscribe for more unsolved mysteries like this one.